bit later on, you're going to be getting a sense of some of the conversations that took place yesterday, and it was absolutely fantastic. But we do kickstart the show by talking about urban development and inclusive cities. We're looking at how city development is changing and evolving, and what we can look forward to within that field, especially because there's a lot more black women entering that field. So we need to understand why it's important that inclusion is also recognized within that space. Second hour of the show, we have a lovely event that is coming up, and we are seeing amazing women traveling all around the world with their brands, and we're going to find out a little bit more about what they're going to be doing. The eventing season has literally had me on my knees, guys. It's not even a joke. I mean, I don't know how many outfits I've had to buy this month because the eventing season is up and running, and we're going to be uncovering some of the events that are coming up. It is going to be a lovely day. I can declare it, I can feel it, and I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic. 6:13 Central African time. My name is Ntsako Mhlanga. Thank you so much for again waking up with the African way. The African sunrise is the best sunrise ever. I know we use the same sun, but the African one just seems a little bit different. It seems set apart just for us, just like you are. You are set apart just for me, my darlings. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Africa, meet Abedi.
Yeah, that's me.
Abedi is a music lover through and through.
I really love African music.
He's got a taste for all kinds of tunes and spends his days listening to Channel Africa. Guess what? He didn't know.
Okay.
Channel Africa wants to help Abedi and all music lovers everywhere to discover even more incredible music. That is why Channel Africa is calling on all African musicians to submit their music. Musicians, remember to give us all your relevant information. Make your submissions at music@channelafrica.co.za. Submissions are your chance to be heard on radio. But sadly, they do not guarantee that you'll be playlisted. All submissions will be carefully reviewed to see if they meet our station's requirement. Channel Africa, the African perspective. The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga.
Yeah, my eyes right over. So many things I don't know. I don't smoke, but I coulda really rolled one. I know they fake, keep it 100. True to myself, never fear no one. Only Jaja, now my companion. I focus and I stack my money up. Money to stop all nonsense. Look on the phone on me, cause I know be your mate. And it be glad to see the level they too loud. No fit to handle me. And then my eye know they like sitting way good. Nobody love you like you do, that's why. Hennessy for the pain. Never go be there, never go be there, never go be the same. Hennessy for the pain. You never go be there, never go be there, never go be the same. Yeah. I've been getting lost in a bottle, drowning out the pain till tomorrow. We shed a couple tears for the ones that we lost on the way. Say a prayer for the ones who remain. Cause when life cuts, it cuts you deep. You try but you still can't sleep. You right wrongs, you don't get even. The damage is slowly starts to fade. We start again. Only wise men will eyes dry over, eyes dry over. So if you show me love, me, I go show you love. If you there for me, no say I there for you. Me, I there protect my energy. Good vibes, only thing I need. Look on the phone on me, cause I know be your mate. And you be glad to see the level they too loud. No fit to handle me. And then my eye know they like sitting way good. Nobody love you like you do, that's why. Hennessy for the pain. You never gon' be there, never gon' be there, never gon' be the same. Hennessy for the pain. You never gon' be there, never gon' be there, never gon' be the same.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
When it's time to focus on you, I will. But right now, I just really need to get on my feet. Oh, cause when I bleed, you don't really see me. You're never thinking about me. I'm your shield and your protector, darling. When do you protect me? You cannot reciprocate. Can I be on your case? Oh, but to me, I won't wait. I have all that I need in my ja. If not for Jah, I would on die. There's no one to blame but me if I decide to trust in Him and not rely on Jah. In my ja. If not for Jah, I would on die. The way your light goes out and you're looking for me, baby. Your disguise is beautiful. And if I knew that you were my kryptonite, oh, I would have deserted you. Oh, baby. Seeing is deceiving, oh, it's deceiving. Oh, baby. Only God can save you now. You cannot reciprocate. Can I be on your case? Oh, but to me, I won't wait. I have all that I need in my job. If not for Jah, I don't die. There's no one to blame but me if I decide to trust in Him and not rely on Jah. If I trust in Him and not rely on Jah.
Ease into your weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Nthako Muhlanga. Only on Channel Africa.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Wake up with the Oasis.
6:21 Central African time. Welcome back to it. That was a Ja coming through there. Ja. Kickstarting your morning. How are you feeling today? How are you doing today? I'm hoping that you're having a lovely morning so far. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up this morning. And let me know about your week. It's the very last Saturday of, almost said 2021. I don't know why I thought that. Wow. It is the last Saturday of September. Let's do some reflections. How was your September? Quite an eventful one. It flew by, though, very quickly. September literally flew by so quickly. I blinked and it was over. But I think the eclipse season really made it such a weird month. 2 eclipses in like a space of a week. It definitely knocked the Mario coins out of us. Literally, I feel like all of us were like kind of crawling a little bit, but we made it. We made it to the end of September, and it's the very first month of the African New Year. So October is going to be a good one. I can guarantee it. I feel it. I just know it. I feel it in my system that October is going to be a really nice one. It's going to be a really kind one to all of us, and I'm looking forward to what it has to bring for us. So October, be kind. Hey, we've been through a lot already. We've been through a lot as it is. So please, October, be kind, be nice to us. I beg of you. But I'm hoping, it's trying to be. Libra season is usually very nice to people. because it brings a lot of balance. It's the sign of balance. It's a sign of harmony and judgment. So it kind of brings about a little bit of balance in your life. So if you feel balanced, if you feel like there's a little bit of harmony, Libra season is synonymous for that. We're going to be having a conversation about urban development and developing our cities. We're going to find out a little bit more about what's to come and what we can expect, for our cities. What do they look like? Our inclusive cities. We are seeing construction absolutely everywhere. So, does that mean that our cities are going to look a little bit different? And if they do, how do we manage the change management aspect of it? I think for me, that's the interesting part, just trying to understand, how we're going to navigate the changes. When you grow up in a specific city, you know that, okay, that McDonald's is there, that KFC is there, that restaurant is there, that garage is there. So when things change, you're like, okay, this feels not normal. This feels like something is missing here. So we're going to be speaking up a little bit more about that. 6:23 Central African time. Welcome to the first hour of Channel Africa, the Oasis. A very, very exciting time to be with you. Very last Saturday. What are we doing today? I'm rocking. Rocking. I'm having a good time. It's the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz today, so trust and believe it's going to be a jazzy day, a very fun and jazzy day. 6:24 Central African time. Let me know on WhatsApp +27634069126 what you are up to today.
This September, Channel Africa celebrates Heritage Month, a time to honor the stories, the rhythms, and the languages that make us who we are. Whether you're in Lagos or the shores of Zanzibar, to the mountains of Lesotho or the markets of Dakar, we are united in diversity.
Najivunia kuwa Mwafrika.
Kukondolera Afrika ndiye nduwake.
Proudly African and fabulous.
Let us preserve our languages. Let's embrace our uniqueness. Let's embrace our cultures and celebrate the beauty of the continent. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Channel Africa and you have got something in common. The thirst for knowledge.
So you want to take charge, okay? Girl, I no mind. Go do your thing, girl, I'll be quiet, yeah. I no lie. Baby, when I say it's your time, you say make her hold tight. Now she says she want give me that African waist. She want give me that work like Rihanna. Yeah, Jerry Bush, she rotate TD like a tire. Yeah, she dey make man stand ovation. My back I don't cause inflation for the nation. You say you want me love to the next time. You tell me say you don't want to waste time. You say them other girls have to stand in line. You tell me say they go watch how we slow wine. Oh, you say you want to take control. Yeah, you say you want to take control. The way she dey do me, you better got control. See the way you dey roll it, you better got control. See my baby want to take control now. Chale, she know she the baddest. 10 over 10, she know it. I don't know how she dey manage. The African thing, she dey roll it. Fine face like Genevieve. Anything you want, I go be. I be right here, I don't leave. All my love, girl, me. She give me African waist like Tiwa. She want give me that work like Rihanna. Yeah, Jerry Bush, she rotate TD like a tire. Yeah, she dey make man stand ovation. My back I don't cause inflation for the nation. You say you want me love to the next time. You tell me say you don't want to waste time. You say them other girls have to stand in line. Oh, you tell me say they go watch how we slow wine. Oh, you say you want to take control. Yeah, you say you want to take control. The way she dey do me, your beg back control. See the way you dey roll it, to beg back control. See my baby want to take control now. Hey, shake it, hey, all my African girls give me wine no. Shake it, hey, all my London girls give me wine no. Shake it, my Caribbean girls give me wine no. Shake it.
6:28 Central African time. It's Malik Berry with Control coming through there. I'm hoping that you're having a lovely morning so far. I know I am. Simply because I'm with you. Simply because I'm waking up with you. And it makes me happy to know that we have made a commitment to wake up together every single Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 9 a.m. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm hoping that you're having a lovely day so far. I'm hoping it's kind to you because why not? You know, why not? Why the heck not? I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be a lovely weekend. It's going to be a blessed weekend. It's so funny. I got a voice note from my grandmother the other day. And, it's very important as an African to always listen to your family members, especially the elder ones. And I remember her saying, I need to slow down. Like, I need to relax. I need to, take it easy. And I feel like as much as she was speaking to me, I feel like she's probably speaking to a lot of you out there that are just putting in so much work. Like, I think she's trying to say, guys, like, you're just doing too much for your ages. Like, you are doing a lot, and it's okay to just slow down and take time. I mean, she literally asked me, can you just sleep for the whole day? And in my head, I'm like, girl, which day am I going to choose where I have to sleep the entire day? That's almost impossible at this point. But, it was, for me, I don't know. I felt that she was not just speaking to me, but speaking to a lot of young people who are doing amazing things and who are making sure that their lives are, prosperous. I think all of us want a prosperous life. All of us want to, make it in life. We want to make sure that we are the success stories in our families. So we got to put in a little bit of the work. But we also have to listen to them when they say, just relax. But what's so interesting is that when we speak about urban development and inclusive cities, it's we need to talk about, how the cities are evolving. We can't still have the same, cities that we lived in 10, 20 years ago and that we're living in now. Street names are changing. I remember there was a time where one of the main roads in Gauteng was called, I think it's William Nicol, right? But now it's called Winnie Mandela Drive. And the problem is, for me, not that I'm not acknowledging Mama Winnie, she's amazing, shout out to her, but I can't help but keep saying, no, it's on William Nicol. It's on William Nicol, because it is inherently in my system to say that. So how do we also navigate the change management that comes with our cities changing and, the urban cities also evolving? And we need to speak a little bit more about that. Joining us is Uvuyo Hlwatika, who is who's a project officer and a rising voice in the South African's urban development sector. She's the forefront of a community-driven spatial development initiative in Cape Town, working with municipalities, communities, and young people to reimagine just and inclusive urban futures. Vuyokazi, good morning.
Good morning, Zago. Wow, what an introduction.
You deserve it. Do you know why you deserve it? Because it is 1 a.m. where you are right now. 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you deserve the intro because you put in time to be here. So it's very, very important. For me, I find it very interesting when I speak to an African woman, a black woman within the field of, a field that's not necessarily dominated by us. The people that look like us are not necessarily in that field. What is your experience currently within the urban development space?
So I worked in the urban development space until recently, focusing on land and housing issues in Cape Town. I've recently stepped away from that to pursue an MPA in international development, but my journey into the field, I would say, was more of a scenic route. I started off studying international relations and politics, and My first full-time role was actually corporate. I worked as a researcher in intelligence and risk, but I've always been driven towards development. I didn't know exactly what that would look like, but I did know that I would like to work in development. And so the first role that I got was in urban development. And so that really focused on land issues in Cape Town, housing issues in Cape Town. And within my role, I worked across the city. So I led projects in Belleville South and in Mitchell's Plain. Also worked in Khayelitsha, and we did also have some citywide projects. It's a role that I currently, that I thoroughly enjoyed. But I do think that if you operate from an ethos of care, it can be a taxing space to be in emotionally, just because of the fact that you see firsthand the effects of apartheid spatial planning on young people, on families, on communities. But I will say that it is also a very hopeful space, and I am seeing more young people getting into the space, more Black people getting into the space. So that's also something that's been really inspiring.
And I find it quite interesting. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to bring it up just now. The fact that a lot of and I'm going to use a Commonwealth for context sake, right? A lot of the Commonwealth countries in Africa, a lot of us were we planned for, the places that we are raised in, the townships that we know today were planned for us, but not by us, right? What are some of the effects of that? Because I remember reading an article about it a couple of years ago, about how even when you look at the escapes within the city, it was not necessarily that easy for you to get out of the city. When you look at the likes of Pretoria, there's a lot of one-way roads. What was kind of the big idea, and how does it affect us, and how navigating the city life? It was planned for us. We were raised in the city, but we don't necessarily know the effects of it psychologically.
Yeah, so in a lot of South African cities, the plan was basically around apartheid, and we still do have a lot of apartheid spatial planning. And so the idea around apartheid was to create cities where only the wealthy and only white people could live in the city center, and everyone else was priced out. So Black, colored, Indian people had to live in the periphery and travel long distances to make it to work. And unfortunately, in the 31 years of democracy that we've had, we've seen those systems being reproduced. We haven't seen really much of inclusive spatial planning. So that was the idea around the cities that we have right now, and the effects of that, how that affects people living in cities is, number one, the amount of time that it takes people to travel from work to travel from home to work opportunities. I know in Cape Town, one study said that people in poorer communities, especially, which are mostly Black and colored communities, people spend up to 43% of their salaries just on transport to get to work and back. So if you have people who are spending half of their day on their commute trying to get to work, people who are spending nearly half of their salaries just trying to get to work, then obviously that's not a very sustainable system. It's not an inclusive city. It's not a city that people can enjoy. It's basically creating an environment where people go into the city to work and go back into their neighborhoods just to sleep, because by the time you get there, you're so tired. You've spent half your day traveling back and forth.
Also, when you look at the properties, the properties that they're developing there in the cities, right now, currently, you get apartments for like 38 square meters that are going for like 8 grand, because they're just in the city. So it doesn't sound very inclusive. What are we talking about when we talk about inclusivity within city and urban development?
So inclusivity can include a wide range of things. The most common thing that we're talking about when we talk about inclusivity is we're talking about the price factor. How can people afford to live in the space? So some solutions to this have included things like social housing, which is priced a bit lower, and that's something that more people can afford. But even that comes with its own issues, because the communities that we've worked with would say that when social housing is built initially, it's priced low enough for people to afford. But as the years go on, the rent increases and it ends up pricing them out anyway. So it could be things like social housing, could be things like inclusionary zoning. So making sure that if a new development is going up, a certain percentage of the units within that new development should be affordable. So it's a wide range of things, but mostly it centers around pricing and making sure that more people can afford homes closer to the inner city. But yeah, it's quite a challenge to implement.
Because also, I mean, we're not dealing with something that was built, 2 years ago. We're dealing with something that was built almost 200 years ago. So you're
Yes.
not only having to deal with the city itself and having to move buildings like it's a chessboard, but having to deal with, a deeply ingrained, systematic changes. I mean, people know that when they turn left on this street, it's this street. This is where they can find
Yes.
that. So I feel like even the change management aspect of urban development is quite an important one, right? Because people, you kind of landmark yourself without even knowing. You know that by that corner, there's Cindy who sells the biscottas. But imagine in your
Yes.
urban development having to change that, what that now looks like. What is the work that you also do with the UCT engineering students? Because I feel like it's important to kind of involve young people, as you said, into this work.
Okay, I think before I get to that, I also just want to talk about the change aspect and to say that the cities we have right now, they're not organic. They were planned, they were designed to be this way. And so, as much as people do struggle sometimes with change and adapting to new things, it's important for us to realize that if it was designed this way and the current way that it's been designed isn't working, then it can also be designed in a way that's more inclusive, in a way that works for more people. Because I have experienced, certain experiences where there seems to be this crisis of imagination around cities and what cities can look like, and this thinking that, because things have been this way for a long time, there's nothing we can really do about it. And I've got a politics background, and one theory that I really enjoyed in international relations was around constructivism and how the system that we work in that way because of the ideas that we have, the beliefs that we have, but we basically construct the system. So I think that applies in this case as well, that look, it was designed this way and this is what we have right now, but it doesn't necessarily have to look like that. And so I think especially working with young people, working with students, that's a great place to start influencing people to start thinking differently about the cities that they live in. So with UCT, the project was it was a social infrastructure course that was offered to engineering and built environment students from UCT. And so the idea there was to take students into different communities within Cape Town. So my group went to Mitchell's Plain, others went to Belleville South, others went to Khayelitsha, so different communities within Cape Town, and to link them with community leaders within those communities. And what happened there is that those leaders would then take the lead of that process and explain to the students what their housing challenges are, as well as some of the things that they've tried to do to solve those challenges. Because I think, especially when it comes to poorer communities, there is sometimes the assumption that people in poorer communities are in the situation that they're in because they're not trying hard enough. So it was quite important for us to, number one, have community leaders from those communities lead the process. And number two, have them emphasize the solutions that they've tried to implement. And that was really there to just get students thinking differently, especially because they're in the engineering faculty and they don't necessarily have that opportunity to have more people-facing work, but to get them to think differently in terms of taking a developmental approach to their work, taking a people-centered approach to their work, and also trying to see where the lens of social justice could fit into the work that they will do one day once they graduate and go into the workforce.
And life doesn't deal everyone with the fair hand, hey? Like there's some
It
people
doesn't.
that we can't, especially it's something that I really dislike when a black person, kind of makes it. And then now we look at people who are in the townships and then we kind of acute it to, if you don't study, this is where you end up. A very
Exactly.
westernized, very polarized way of thinking. It's unfair, actually, because not everyone got the opportunity to beat the system. There's some people who maybe got distinctions but just didn't have the money to go to school. There's some people who went to school but didn't have the money to finish. Then there's some people who went to school and finished but just didn't have the money or didn't have an opportunity to get a job. Because we also know that it happens on all sorts of levels. Or maybe those who did get a job just can't seem to move forward because of the generational debt that they have to cover. So I think it's one of those unfortunate situations that we find ourselves in as Africans. How is the impact of city and urban development changing that and working on that? Because a lot of people probably think, if the city is changing, how does that help me with my job? I want to get a job. I want to finish with school. How does that help me?
So I think city planning, spatial planning really has the potential to make sure that people live in better cities and cities where they are closer to economic opportunities. So currently the system that we have where people, if you can't afford it, you basically have to live in the periphery of the city and travel long hours, leave early in the morning, get home very late, spend a lot of your money on transport. So city planning has the opportunity to change that because what it does is to re-envision what a city looks like right now, to look at what a city looks like right now and re-envision what it could look like, and to think about the different activities that could take place in a city. Where could housing be? Where would the transport be? Where would the green spaces be? And in thinking about those processes, it presents an opportunity to say, look, we clearly have this problem of people being very far away from economic opportunities. What are some of the solutions? Are the solutions bringing economic opportunities closer to where people already live, so in township areas? And if that's the case, then how do you ensure things like safety? Because we know that in our cities, some places are safer than others. But the other solution could also be, how do we bring people closer to economic opportunities? Do we improve our public transport systems so that people who live far away can travel faster, safer, in a more efficient way? Do we try to advocate for more affordable inner city social housing? What does that look like? So I think city planning, although it's not the space where the houses are actually built or where the railroads are built or where certain things happen, it is a space to think about the future and to plan the future. And I think in the planning of the future, I think it's really important that local government, as far as possible, engages communities because communities are the ones who end up living with the reality of whatever the 5-year plan looks like, whatever the 15-year plan looks like. So I think it's really important to try as far as possible to take a people-centered approach, to take a community-centered approach, because communities are the ones who live the realities of whatever plan was made 5, 10, 15 years ago. So getting their insights and getting their inputs is very important in making sure that eventually we come to build a city that is more inclusive, a city that is more equitable, a city that more people can enjoy.
Vuyagazi, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Anywhere that we can find you and your organization, perhaps those who want to maybe even volunteer their time or want to know more about urban and city planning.
So the organization that I worked for is called Development Action Group. It's in Cape Town. You can find the information on LinkedIn. You can find the information on Facebook, on Instagram. But there are also other organizations within the space. There's also an organization called Ndifunukwazi, which is also in the same land housing space. And I think in just looking at different organizations within the space, people who are interested in entering this field will also find that different organizations take different approaches. And there isn't a set approach on how to do things. There are different approaches, and you might find that maybe one organization's approach works better for you. So yeah, those are two organizations that you can look into.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a blessed one.
Thank you so much, Sako. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. In fact, please get some rest. It's 1 a.m., girl.
I am a student. I will be up for a few more hours.
Oh, Bandla. We are working hard. We're playing hard. We're doing it all, darling. All the best to you. That was a Vuyagazi Hlwatika coming through there, who is a project officer and a rising voice in South Africa's urban development sector. 6:46 Central African time. Let's enjoy some music right here on the Oasis.
Start your day right with Channel Africa Breakfast.
That smells delicious.
Live, 5 days a week. Wake up with Oasis. Start your weekend grounded and refreshed. Join Zako Muhlanga on the Oasis, Saturday from 6 till 9, only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Ile njia ulichagua inapashwa ukwe akili. Watu wote wanatafuta kufika Afrika yulu na heshima, pole pole ile njoni mwendo, kupenda mali tutakosa mapendo, basi yote we, never lose your soul, never, yeah. Basi yote we, never lose your soul, never. Basi yote ni giza, tuko natafuta ukweli, watu mingi wanafika sawa nyama, usifate ile njia, pole pole ile njoni mwendo, kupenda mali tutakosa mapendo, basi yote we, never lose your soul, never, kubebisabo moina yote, basi yote we, never lose your soul, never, talipa yoko kende, basi yote we, never lose your soul, never, never, yo, basi yote we, never lose your soul, never. Never lose your soul, never. Go baby, someone boy, never lose your soul, never.
Love music, love culture, love life. Then you will love Channel Africa.
Bane ya la mutura motoe esima ko wase Nongo ponango ojongele diala engingila ye diala babambambe Odo dibola mabe mama soma onyole ya la mutura motoe So si mamba tu ba we ai so badi ela biso binana e tu be je sale so pungule kwan iyo asu etimbe musango sonye odilo walonga la su osima bola bonam tolambo di sinatakae nanginya bambambe Onyola de babo, badiele no biso. Badiele no biso. Osi bente moto, omboko mwa isanga. Osi manyo eti bonde la mao. Yemba boamo tu e malon. Disobese Dikeke Owengi sana yele Kombo Titime Titimbe ka upunda kwang Soni soni ye Disima pula petu ene bwan Umbo asu Dikase Eya la mutu da moto we Weke awase kika sonae Sidime abambame Sidindea Edunari ke kuesi mamba Tuba wea Sidime asoba bo Badiela biso Dinana etube Chisane sapungule kwan Iyo Asu etimbe musango sone sone
6:58 Central African Time. It's Lisa with Eyala coming through there. Some beautiful music to kickstart your morning. Let me know what you want to hear today on a WhatsApp +27634069126. Perhaps there's a little jammy jam that's going to get you out of bed. Maybe it's going to start your morning. Maybe it almost acts as if it's the alarm, you know. There's the alarm that gets you up, and then there's that song that gets you out of bed. Also at Channel Africa 1 is where you can find us. I'm hoping you're having a lovely day so far. Just a minute ago, before we head into the news, let me know how you feeling on WhatsApp +27634069126. Tell me all about your Friday evening. Perhaps it was a quiet night in. Perhaps you were outside. If you were outside, let me know. If it was a quiet night in, perhaps let me know what you were busy with or what you were doing. I'm sure it was just nice to be indoors and to relax a little bit. This festive season, I am scared, Shem. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am scared. It seems like a big one. I know we say this every year, but I feel like it's relevant for you to, it's relevant to kind of call it out every year that I think this year's festive season just has a bit of a buzz to it that we're all kind of looking forward to. So it's a very, very exciting one. It is 7 a.m. Central African Time. Time for news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Your headlines: international cyber criminals are using Africa as their operational base, and Elon Musk's name appears in files related to American pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Good morning, I'm Nosipho Zuma. The retired Interpol ambassador Andy Mashaile says international cyber criminals are now using Africa as their operational base to avoid being detected. Now, his remarks follow Interpol's operation, which resulted in the arrest of hundreds of suspected cyber scammers across 14 African countries. The operation targeted transnational criminal networks that exploit digital platforms to manipulate and defraud victims financially. More than 1,400 victims were identified in the operations. Mashaile says most of these syndicates settle in South Africa.
With the changes in the modus operandi of transnational organized crime, particularly your cybercrime unit of these international syndicates, focuses on spots that are not easy for the police to hunt down and close down. Hence, they will look into Africa, and South Africa has been a better base of operation for these international cyber criminals.
Namibia's authorities have warned people not to hold parties at cemeteries after a social gathering at a gravesite in the capital Windhoek sparked outrage last weekend. Now, according to City of Windhoek officials, the event at Gamamam's cemetery showed sitting arrangements, cooler boxes and alcohol on full display. In a statement, the city says that this was unacceptable and it disrespects the dignity of the deceased, disturbs other grieving families. It also reminded residents that leaving litter or waste behind at the cemetery was a criminal offense. Now, this is not the first time Gamamam's cemetery has made headlines. In 2021, a man was arrested after a video circulated showing him firing off shots during a funeral held there. The head of the Anglican Church in Southern Africa, Reverend Thabo Makgoba, has called on the South African Football Association, SAFA, to approach the governing body FIFA to ban Israel from international competition. This as the Gaza Strip continues to be pounded by Israeli bombs. The Anglican Archbishop says the church's standing committee also wants South Africa to ban coal exports to Israel. Makgoba has also urged schools and universities in the SADC region to cut ties with Israeli institutions. The medical charity Doctors Without Borders says it has suspended all work in Gaza City because of Israel's offensive. The organization says Israeli forces circled its clinics with tanks, advancing less than a kilometer away from healthcare facilities. The World Health Organization has described the situation as alarming. Tarek is its spokesperson.
What is happening is that you have displacement orders. It's affected hundreds of health facilities. And even if hospitals are not asked to evacuate, there is a lack of access, there is a violence just nearby, and that can put them out of service.
And finally, tech billionaire Elon Musk's name has appeared in files related the American pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein. Democrats in the U.S. have released documents which include Musk's name. The BBC's David Willis has the details.
These files contain the daily schedules of the late Jeffrey Epstein, and they show that Jeffrey Epstein had plans to meet with, amongst others, Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, the internet entrepreneur Peter Thiel. And there's an entry on the 6th of December 2014 which states that Elon Musk was due to fly to Jeffrey Epstein's private island. It's important to point out, I think, there's nothing in these records to show that the individuals mentioned were aware of the alleged criminal activity for which Jeffrey Epstein was later arrested.
A recap of your top story. The retired Interpol ambassador Andy Mashaile says international cyber criminals are now using Africa as their operational base to avoid being detected. His remarks follow Interpol's operation, which resulted in the arrest of hundreds of suspected cyber scammers across 14 African countries. Now, for any news stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Nosipho Zuma.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wondering all day, try to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I try to get by, but I'm burning. And behind my mind, it runs all these thoughts of trouble.
7:06 Central African time. Welcome back to it. I'm hoping you're having a lovely day so far. How are you doing? How are you feeling this morning? Let me know on WhatsApp +27634069126. I'm hoping that the day has been kind to you so far. In this hour, we're going to be having a chat with Uzintle, and she is making sure that she is taking on the world by storm. She's a visionary entrepreneur and the founder of Bab Media Group, and her journey has taken her from Rodin School to Switzerland and back to South Africa, where she's built a thriving digital company and has created jobs empowering women, and also have partnered with global brands as well. She's going to be joining us in studio in just a bit, so make sure you send through your questions on our Channel Africa on social media at Channel Africa 1, which is where we are, and also on WhatsApp +27634069126. Also include your plans, man. Let me know what you have planned for today. Let me know what is on the agenda for today. I'm very interested to find out, what you have on the itinerary, to kind of have the best day ever, or the best Saturday ever. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have planned. It is a 7:08 Central African time. Welcome to the second hour of the show.
From 6 till 9 a.m. Central African time on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Since 1947, the matter never settle. You be what I be get to. Massability lo ya walenu. Better recognize. Better stop all time. No other name then go call mine. As I they shut it, I'm not nice. Monday, Talaba. Tuesday, Talaba. Wednesday, Talaba. As long as I Jalaba. And they call me the Godfather. Move like an Italian. Passing a nigga like moi. Each and every lady wanna give me mwah. When they smoke weed, when they smoke cigar. Now we there, I try to move. I know two basking solo man. I get high, I journaling. You know like me, one more. My guys is fun along. Cause my guys don't follow no. When the sky start falling down. I'm still your daddy. Olele fala, my pretty Malayami. I'm thinking follow on me. My jetty color, wait for low dollar on me. And green the bacalang on me. What I love on me, wait for love on me. I pray, color on me. Could you go on me, the bacalang on me? My name is this one. I should be wrong, I call on my body with all of me. Yap, I used to love her. Jiggy jiggy bang, telling them to love me. Wait, you love me. I'm a melu used to go. Alanga bangana matala. I'm a kiss, I'm a cause savana. Let's go to Gulu. Shivirim, shiviram, shiviriviram, shake. Even the kubu, I'm a play. So, but tell them I'm a mate. Yo, yo. On the
Africa, the pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective.
It is One Day Call with Somiso coming through there. Some groovy music to kickstart your morning. How are you doing? How are you feeling this morning? Let me know on WhatsApp +27634069126. We're going to have Zintle in studio. There's a lot of events happening. Yo, guys, I can't tell you. My budget this month was tested. My budget. Wow. It was tested and tried. It was almost a COVID pandemic, the way it was so tested. But it's because the events are happening bit by bit. There's a lot of, it's quite an eventful season. People tend to pull us outside because they want to launch different things. And Zintle is one of those people where we're going to find a little bit more about what she is doing. in her organization, and I'm looking forward to it. And I want to make sure that, we place, African women on the platform that they deserve, the platform that they need. And it's going to be very exciting unpacking this in a great detail. It is 7:17 Central African time. Let's enjoy some more music before we welcome Zinhle in studio.
Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday, 23rd of July for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GBV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GBV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC.
We ain't even got a track on it. I got many blessings, I could brag on it. I've been through the fire, I could talk on it. And I heard it on the street that they got love for me.
Oh, show Baba. Now Baba go they make me come and swag on. Them they bad to me anytime when the song's on. Them they see it like they shining, them they wrong come.
Now you see, say we there on the city. I don't think that any one of you can step to titty. I just wanna sing the song. Break it down, oh yeah, shake it to the gong, yeah.
Baba God don't bless us. Now why we they talk this matter, eh? Some people want to pull me down, I still they walk, eh?
No be say them say, no they do like say you know no. No be say them say, my brother.
Oh yeah, Joe for me, I do bear for now. And but it's okay, I do bear for now. Oh yeah, go mole, I do bear for now. Like a Jones okay.
Brother, if I start to talk, the thing where I don't take my eyes, see we no going. My brother, we no going. If I start to count, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going. If I start to talk, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going.
My sister,
we no going. If I start to count all the blessings my back on they keep me, we no going. My brother, I no going. Oh yeah, throw your hands up in the air for me. If you feel it, sing along, sing the song for me. You can pop anything, lift the bill for me. When the sun comes on, know your job for me.
No follow them, they complain. Make you no forget, say Baba God day. Every day is a good day. Holiday from Monday to Sunday.
Oh yeah, kumole, oh yeah, it's okay. Oh yeah, pate, what show them problem no day. See my life today, blessings every day. And they shine so bright.
It they make them they wonder why we they so composed. Anything we do, we they in control. Anywhere we go, then they won't follow. And anything we touch, we they turn to gold. Oh yeah, Joe for me, I do bear for now. And go it's okay, I do bear for now. Oh yeah, go mole, I do bear for now. Like a Jones okay.
Brother, if I start to talk, the thing where I don't take my eyes, see we no going. My brother, we no going. If I start to count, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going. If I start to talk, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going.
My sister, we no going.
If I start to count all the blessings my back on they keep me, we no going. My brother, I no going. When money no day, every day they say, friends they come and go, but you no leave me alone. Waiting I never see, waiting I never see, waiting I never hear, waiting I never hear. You I take some time, you I take some time. Buy you always there. If I start to talk, the thing with my back on it don't do it no going. My sister we no going. If I start to count all the blessings my back on it keep me we no going.
us to the bustling cities where our cultures blend. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Funale stash, asfuna mamita, asfuna mabita, asfuna makumba, sonke, asfuna makumba, eyawele, hebatitina, asfunale mali, asfunale cash, asfunale stash, asfuna mamita, asfuna mabita, asfuna makumba, sonke, asfuna makumba, eyawele.
(7:26) Central African Time. Welcome back to it. This song reminds me of that the TikTok dance where you're like moving your arms like rapidly to the side. It is Ukande with Magumba featuring PKMZ and Katia. I think that it's the perfect time to probably ask you what goes into coming up with stage names, like in the PR space. We're gonna get into that, but like I'm just so interested. Like I just read 3 different names that are very different too.
Very creative.
Very adventurous. 7:27 Central African Time. I'm joined by entrepreneur and visionary entrepreneur and founder of BAAB Media Group, BAB.
Yes.
Oh, love it. BAB Media Group, Zinhle Ramana. Zinhle, baby.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just so proud of you, girl. Like the things that you're doing. One minute you're traveling. I remember there was some time you were posting on your Instagram. You were like, oh yeah, I got the opportunity to go to some, amazing prestigious
I think it was Russia.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you're like, so, and then you're coming
but
back.
legit Russia, not, other.
Girl. I feel like you're doing amazing work, and we want to spotlight you.
Okay.
Founding a company like this, what has your experience been?
It's been like quite interesting. I think when I started the company, there wasn't really in South Africa a perspective of like what the meaning of digital marketing was, right? It was like cornered and limited by social media only. And then post-pandemic, I think that's when like bigger corporations and NPCs and all of that started to see the importance of like digitization. So it's been quite the journey, actually. Yeah.
I'm also quite interested to find out, what the Black woman's perspective is on digital marketing, because the way we are portrayed within the media space, I think, is very different to how the rest of the genders are and the races are. What has changed over the years? I mean, we're actually just kind of speaking briefly about it, like the sense of choice, the sense of liberation, right? But how do we navigate that in terms of also branding and strategic branding within the digital marketing space?
So I think like what's nice about digital marketing is that like Black women have been given an opportunity to kind of control their narrative and how we're perceived in society outside of our stereotypes, right? So you are now seeing more women who are entrepreneurs such as myself within like digital marketing spaces. There's also opportunities that are being opened, right? So you open your TikTok account or Instagram account, there's a funding opportunity that you can join. There's a woman in business or woman in tech community that you can join. So yeah, I think it really has changed how Black women are represented within media, and that's actually one of the reasons why we opened our company, because BAAB stands for Black, African and Beautiful, right?
Girl.
So
eat. Those who haven't had breakfast, don't worry, she's eating.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And I think it's also important to kind of acknowledge that, because we're seeing more of the girls looking their best, standing out. We went through a very awkward phase though, and I want to acknowledge it. We went through a very awkward phase of this over-sexualization of women.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that
definitely.
was a really weird phase. Like,
it wasn't just women, it was like Black women. And then other races started adopting our hypersexualized aesthetic, right? And I don't know, I think it's been toned down because before there were no community guidelines, right? So how people would show up, and now we were being opened to really awkward spaces in social media. And some people have made a brand off of that. They've made money off of that. But also at the same time, we have like Black women in business who are doing like phenomenal things. I mean, I have clients who focus on youth and women empowerment and all of that. So, yeah.
No, I don't know. It reminded me of, I mean, the likes of, she's going through a really drastic like digital marketing change right now. But Megan Thee Stallion, for example.
Oh yes,
she went from talking about her pearl of wisdom to actually now being the fully fledged entrepreneur. She dresses differently now. It's more modest. And that's what I'm saying. It was a very awkward phase because to be honest, I didn't quite resonate with Black women when they were doing that. It was just like this is hyper sexualization. Like this is intense.
No. Things have changed like a lot, right? So like with Megan Thee Stallion, it's also nice to see her as like a brand because she's like from Houston. She's African American. African American women are very, very proud of like their sexuality and being sexual and celebrating their bodies. Let me say that. And then I think as she started pivoting into mainstream media, probably her team was like, we need to tone it down a bit so that whatever message you're trying to communicate, right? Because like now she's like trying to be like the face of like women who have been victims of domestic violence and all of that, and how can she be an ally and show a message of like empowerment. And
the way you communicate that, certain things have to die down, even though she is a female rapper, right? So, yeah.
What are some of the PR digital marketing mistakes that you have kind of seen in the past couple of months, that you like when you see it on social media, you're like, oh my goodness, here we go?
Okay, so I mean, Cardi B.
Oh yeah, Pookie.
So I would say from like a digital marketing perspective, I think she started rolling out the promotion for her album quite late already. The album is like 7 years late, right? And then simultaneously she's pregnant, right? And I'm a mother, so I love celebrating women who have the autonomy to choose motherhood on their own timelines, circumstances, and all of that. But for her fan base, sorry, I'm sick.
It's okay.
They're also like perceiving it as every time you want to drop an album, you're pregnant, and you use that as part of like your rollout, right? So now even the marketing tactics aren't, the label, you can tell the label hasn't given her the budget for rollout and all of that. So yeah.
That's actually quite unfortunate though.
Yeah, because like now your personal life merges with your professional life, and you never see that happening with a man, right? Yeah.
And I think all of us are like, especially the girls, we're a little bit worried about it. I mean, when you look at how close the dates are to her postpartum, you're asking yourself, is she going to be okay? Is she going to be...
Yeah.
Because I think there's also a sense of, and I don't know if the likes of TikTok and how TikTok kind of reframes how we view people. But most of us are actually interested now in the people behind these brands. We want to know the you behind it. I get that you are this fantastic and phenomenal person, but who are you behind the brand? You have to exist out of that frame, as much as yes, you are Cardi B, but we're more worried about Belcalis instead, to say you're a woman and you're literally touring 2 months after giving birth, just spend time with your babies. It's unfortunate that the PR aspect of it, and perhaps yes, you're right, maybe the budget wasn't given to her, but you kind of think about it from that perspective about how positioning ourselves as women in media or women in these entrepreneurial spaces, how it's so important for us to really be intentional about digital marketing. Is that what you kind of say, or when you approach clients, when clients approach you, what are some of the messages that you relate to them?
So from a digital marketing aspect, I like to tell my clients, like, people love to do business with people that they like, basically, right? So even you may want to navigate from your company or your brand, but a lot of times people marry the two, right? So how you communicate, if you say you're about women empowerment, right, and that is the mission and vision of the company, I would like to see that also on your personal Instagram feed or your LinkedIn. Tell me thought leadership pieces in terms of like, what does it look like to be the only woman in the boardroom, and how it can be intimidating to have your voice heard when you're surrounded by men, right, who may have their own opinions in terms of what being a woman in a professional space is, right? So there was even like a recent campaign for Women's Month was in August, and that I was working on, and majority of the people who were responsible for the campaign were men, right? And they would come and consult with me and be like, what are some of the issues and challenges that women face that we can communicate in this campaign? And I'm like, already we've started this campaign wrong, because it should be women in charge of this campaign, because then it will be communicated effectively and authentically. I think a nice way outside of women, let's say Black representation, there's a recent like Vaseline ad that has gone out, right? And it's been communicated by like, I think most of the production are Black and South African, and Vaseline within our spaces growing up, childhood memories and all of that. And like the picture is like grandma's hands going on the child's face, and that campaign is doing well because it's authentic, and the story is being told by people who actually have lived that experience.
And we resonate with it. I mean, we all had that moment, whether it be our grandmother or an elder in the family who rubbed our face down with Vaseline.
Yeah, exactly.
So much so it's kind of become like a Vaseline is kind of the name itself. It represents, not even represents, but it replaces the name of actual petroleum jelly. So we no longer say petroleum, we just say Vaseline.
I never even knew it was called petroleum jelly until Probably my 20s. I was like, it's Vaseline.
It's like, no, it's Vaseline.
Everyone knows what it
Vaseline.
means.
No matter the brand, it's just
Yes,
Vaseline.
yes.
So it is inventing season. I don't know where you guys like all sat down and said, September, we're going to inundate you. September, October, November. Event
Yes.
after event after event. We've got an
Yes.
event next week. Tell us all about it.
Okay, so we have an event called A Day Experience. It's taking place at the Ivy in Bedford View, which is a rooftop restaurant. And it's brought to you by Bab Media Group and House of Secrets Africa. There'll be sushi, there'll be habli. We have packages also for groups, and it's going to be fun. The lineup is extravagant. So we've got famous Bobson from Nigeria coming in. We've got Mutlati Q, Humphrey West, Khosi Khadi, and much more. Yeah, it's gonna be a vibe.
So this event, I mean, what are we aiming to do? Are we bringing people together? Are we networking? Are we, because some of us, I'm a natural extrovert. So for me, when I hear the word event, I'm like, yes, let's go make friends. Let's go.
So what we want to do is like create an experience targeted at millennials, right? So we're trying to create a daytime experience because, at this age, millennials, by 9 o'clock, you want to be at home. You want to be asleep.
I never thought I'd get to that age, but yeah.
And there are very limited spaces where we can like exist and go to. So we thought like Thursday, perfect. First week of October, perfect. And just to create a luxurious experience in the heart of Bedford View. Yeah.
This is so exciting. So where can we find the tickets? Where can we find the packages? Where can we find you on social media as well?
You can visit me at Bab Media, so that's BAAB Media on Instagram, and at Narcissistic on for my personal profile.
The furthest thing from a narcissist. Literally the furthest
I really
thing
am the
furthest thing from what I like. Literally an angel.
Oh, thank you.
Like your handle confuses me all the time, but I'm like, I'll ask her one day when we just sitting down and cocktails again. Where does this come from?
It's satire. So yeah, at Narcissistic on Instagram as well.
Amazing stuff. Zinhle, all the best.
Thank you so much.
I hope that everything you touch turns to gold.
Oh my gosh.
Every event that you do overflows. And if it's a Black woman business, sign us up. We really want to make sure that we spotlight amazing women who are doing the best out there. So shout out to you, Gala.
I'll be trying. Thank you.
Right. It is 7:40 Central African time. Let's enjoy some music right here on the Oasis.
This is the Oasis on Channel Africa with Sako Muhlanga.
Body they throw me like a bono. Body they rise in my tono. I say color your brocodo, no good this locodo. Kelly they bossy my pololo. Can make a salute your commando. Tell if you balance Diego, I give you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Tell if I lap your sueto, I'm a farisa. Tell your back, keep it connected. And I can follow your cresco. Sunday, dame creso. Pay for your waist, and I can pay for your lace. A day for your waist. Sunday, dame creso. Pay for your waist, I can pay for your lace. Girl, if you balance Diego, I give you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Girl, if I lap your sueto, I'm a farisa. Girl, your back, keep it connected. And I can follow your cresco.
Africa's very own think tank. This is Channel Africa Online. www.channelafrica.co.za.
The stunning Angelique Kidjo with Africa coming through there, 7:47 Central African time. How are you doing? You know, I was just thinking about the conversation we just had, and I couldn't help but think about how important it is really to have digital marketing specialists to take care of your brand, hey? Because we really make some mistakes. And the way our brands are translated in public and to the public eye, you know, can really be detrimental to, you know, our brands or whatever we're trying to sell. So it's so important to have people that are going to support you in this journey, are going to, hold it down for you PR wise, especially when you start getting to a point where your brand now can really be, monetized. You yourself are a monetization yourself. I feel like it's very important for us to be very mindful of that. And I think it's also important for you, if you are maybe stepping out into the public world, to maybe start early with them. When you think about the likes of Tyler, for example, and Aria Star, those are two examples of how you need to start with a digital marketing specialist, because their brands have been A-OK, have been excellent since inception. And that's because they walked them through the branding, they walked them through the, the PR-ness of their brands. It's such an interesting concept, how you're being perceived and how that could actually change the way people receive you as well. It is 7:48 to Central African time. We've got 12 minutes to go before we head to the top of the hour, third hour of the show. We're going to give you a taste, a little nibble of what is happening on the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, media junket. For those who don't know what that is, they basically invite all the artists that are going to be performing and give us an opportunity to speak to them. Probably one of the coolest reasons why I have my job. My mom yesterday or last week sometime, she was like, dude, I know you wake up in the mornings and very early, but no, you have a cool job. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I think there's just certain blessings, guys, that I cannot ignore anymore. Like, God really did a number on me when he gave me this job. I literally yap for a living, and then I get to yap with other people and be an extrovert. Imagine being extroverted and then they pay you to be extroverted. Like, that's a blessing. Wow. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. It is 7:49 Central African time.
Start your mornings with inspirational stories.
Mix Vibration sur Channel Africa.
Qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à dire ça? Est-ce que vous avez observé un certain nombre d'événements dans la vie? Est-ce que c'était par rapport à une expérience? Est-ce que vous avez rencontré des choses qui vous ont dit il faut de la patience, comme ça les choses vont venir au bon moment et les bons dieux pourra peut-être me visiter?
Oui, c'était justement un conseil que le Seigneur m'a fait inspirer pour donner à son peuple, parce qu'il y a la plupart des gens, pendant que Dieu bénit les autres, ils pensent que Dieu les a oubliés, et pendant que Dieu ouvre pour les autres, ils pensent que peut-être Dieu n'a pas pu écouter leurs prières. Alors ce n'est pas le cas. Alors Dieu bénit tout un chacun de nous avec son temps. Donc le temps de Dieu est toujours le meilleur dans la vie de tout un chacun de nous.
Mix Vibration tous les dimanches de 18h à 19h, temps universel.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Them they look you all eyes on me like a Tupac yo. I keep them Balenciaga, they shady milli, a too bad yo. I know they for your chit chat yo, carry your matter they go TikTok yo. My gentle days on go, I know they look back yo.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126 and contribute to the conversation.
I just wanna know what it's like
Loving you is all that feels right. Need you on my side, I decided I'll swing my way. Shawty swing my way. Do this thing our way. Baby, we fly away. Baby, swing my way. Shawty swing my way. Baby, swing my way. Oh, baby, we fly away. Yeah. You say I ain't working. You say I ain't perfect. No, I'm up with the work in on you. Shake when I see you. Wanna make you mine already. Give you all my time, gon' let me. I'll show you. If you had my love, give you all my trust. Oh, all my trust in you. I just wanna know what it's like. Loving you is all that feels right. Need you on my side, I decided I'll swing my way. Shawty swing my way. Do this thing our way. Baby, we fly away. Baby, swing my way. Shawty swing my way. Baby, swing my way. Oh, baby, we fly away. Swing my way, yeah. I've been wishing for the day you swing my way.
Malik Berry with My Way. We love it. We love to hear it. It is 7:59 Central African time, just a few seconds away before we head to the top of the hour. I'm hoping you are doing great, feeling great today. And how are you, ushering in your day? What are your plans for today? Hey, when people ask me my plans for this weekend, guys, hey, we are outside. We are outside. And you know what's so interesting? Like, we are young, guys. These are our years. We're supposed to be outside. And you know what's interesting? Like, it's not even just for me, like my 20s, but like, if you are a human being who's breathing, who is grateful to be alive, whose heart is still beating, please go outside. Go smell some roses. Go touch some grass. Go feel the sun. Go be seen. Go see people. You're too beautiful to stay at home. 8 a.m. Central African time. It's time for news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Your headlines: South Africa's ad hoc committee investigating Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's explosive criminal allegations in the justice system are concerned about the list of witnesses, and US President Donald Trump says a peace deal for Gaza is close. Good morning, I'm Nosipho Zuma. Several political parties serving on South Africa's parliament's ad hoc committee set up to investigate Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's explosive allegations into corruption and political interference in the country's criminal justice system are concerned about the length of the list of witnesses. Now, according to Mkhwanazi, senior police officials, including the embattled Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, are corrupt and have links to criminal syndicates. Action SA MP Darylyn James made her party's input yesterday during a discussion during a discussion on the committee's finalization of the list.
It is reflective of people in every possible state organ that participated in selling drugs to our children. This hasn't started today or yesterday. It goes back many years, hence the long list. So it is important for us to recognize that as well. If anything, I think this list is still going to grow, because never in the history of our country have we had such harsh and real allegations made by anyone. This has been hidden and been hidden under a carpet for many years.
Meanwhile, IFP MP Albert Mngongo says the list should first be handed to the evidence leader, who will then consult with each witness.
They should actually be able to come back to us and say, look, so and so does not actually have any, substantive issues that can actually assist the operations of this committee. Therefore, we then go through the list and eliminate whatever actually would not assist the operation and the working of this ad hoc committee. Because as other honorable members have pointed out, that we still do not have any evidence before us
Botswana's President Duma Boko says his country will establish a citizenship by investment program. The program comes as the Southern African country looks to diversify its economy away from its largest export, diamonds. Botswana's budget has been constrained this year due to a prolonged downturn in the global diamond market. Now, it is the world's leading producer of diamonds by value. The presidency now says it will raise funds to address priority needs, including the housing market, as well as the country's tourism industry, renewable energy, mining, and financial services sectors. The investment amount required for citizenship has yet to be established. The retired Interpol ambassador Andy Mashaile says international cyber criminals are now using Africa as their operational base to avoid being detected. His remarks follows Interpol's operation, which resulted in the arrest of hundreds of suspected cyber scammers across 14 African countries. The operation targeted transnational criminal networks that exploit digital platforms to manipulate and defraud victims financially. More than 1,400 victims were identified in the operations. Mashaile says most of these syndicates settle in South Africa.
With the changes in the modus operandi of transnational organized crime, particularly your cybercrime unit of these international syndicates, focuses on spots that are not easy for the police to hunt down and close down. Hence, they will look into Africa, and South Africa has been a better base of operation for these international cyber criminals.
And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump has told journalists that a peace deal for Gaza is close. Speaking as he left the UN General Assembly to attend an international golf tournament, Trump said it was looking as if they had a deal on Gaza which would get the hostages back and end the war. The BBC's Nada Taufik has the details.
Arab leaders here met with Steve Witkoff, President Trump's team, and did come out feeling a sense of renewed optimism. So perhaps we'll see something in the coming hours. And it is notable, given everyone's fears, that Benjamin Netanyahu would come here and, as defiant as he was in that speech, be even more aggressive toward calling for annexation, something we know.
A recap of your top story. Several political parties serving on South Africa's Parliament ad hoc committee set up to investigate Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's explosive allegations into corruption and political interference in the country's criminal justice system are concerned about the length of the list of witnesses. Now, for any news stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Nusipho Zuma.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
(8:06) Central African time. Welcome back to it. I'm hoping you're having a lovely day. It is the third and final hour of the show. I wanted to chat about something so fun. You know, as the news is playing, I couldn't help but think about how cute, and just walk with me, but how cute the banks are. Like each bank, Choo thought I was going to say she's cute. You're not cute. You're gorgeous. You're stunning, darling. But like how cute the banks are. Like all of them have their own personality, right? So in South Africa, our banks kind of engage in certain cultural activities, right? You have the Nedbank Cup. sometimes the Nedbank Polo. So with them, it's very sporty. They love their sports, right? ABSA are artists. They have the ABSA La Atelier, which is the art fair that they have, the ABSA Art Fair, F&B as well. They love the arts, but they also do dabble in sports as well. F&B, they like to dabble in a little bit of both. They have the F&B Art Fair. They have the F&B Cup as well, which is just quite nice. And then you get Standard Bank, where they have the Joy of Jazz. And it's a really, really big event. I mean, Joy of Jazz it's like Coachella for jazz. And it's amazing. And yesterday we got an opportunity to speak to some of the amazing artists that are going to be gracing the stages today and tomorrow. In fact, Nobuso was looking at me like, girl, are you ready for today? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for today. I have no idea. Tomorrow, if we come in, guys, with hoarse voices, please forgive us. We had a time. We will have the time of our lives like we did last year. But we got to speak to a number of artists. We spoke to Duduzo Katini, Steve Betty, Simona Desinhardt, and it was absolutely fantastic. I had like such casual conversations with these people. And I'm like, do you understand that you're literally a global artist? Like, I got to interview legends yesterday. Like, it was absolutely fantastic. And we're going to unpack it a little bit further on, a little bit later on. We're going to give you some of the tea that went down yesterday. I think, not that it was my favorite, but the one that really stuck out to me was Duduzo Katini, because he spoke a lot about the youth. He spoke a lot about the transcendence of the spirituality and the jazz coming together, and that combination of kind of transcendent of energy. That's kind of like an alchemy, right? He spoke a little bit. He didn't say the word, but it described that. He was alchemizing all of these different elements, the spiritual, the physical, all coming together to create jazz. So jazz is not just a genre you walk in and you can just press a button and we go. No, you really have to be in it. For you to understand it, for you to love it, for you to create it. So it was a great conversation. Trust me, you're going to love it. It is 8:10 Central African time. We're also going to enjoy some music in between all these amazing conversations. So do stick around. On social media, we are at Channel Africa 1. On WhatsApp, +27634069126.
Rejuvenate your mind. Rejuvenate your soul with Oasis. Heritage Month is a time to remember where we come from and celebrate where we are going. Channel Africa. Catch us on DSTV channel 802.
Girl, you are the queen. My lady, you are the queen. Anything you want, just let me die. Do. You're the only one I've been waiting for. You're the only one I've been running to. You'll be my shade in a rainy day, baby. Baby, you amuse me. My angel, my Jabber, you amaze me. Baby, tell me, am I your type? And do you like my vibe? Baby, you are just my type. Giving you all my time. Wanna be with you for life, for life. Oh, baby, be my Valentine. Baby, would you wine and dance for me? For me. Be my Valentine. Baby, just wine and dance for me. For me. So shut up and hold me, baby. Let the kissing do the magic. Weka mate, niteleze baby. Kisha niweke mpangoni. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 my baby, you're the only one that cool my temper. You're the only one that I want. Take me to a place I can think of nobody else but you. You make my pain go away. Oh, baby boo, that's why I love you. Take me to a place I can think of no other one but you. Nobody loves
love me like you. Baby, you just with me like juice. You dey give me fire when I am cool. Baby,
baby, be my Valentine. Baby, would you wine and dance for me? Be my Valentine. Baby, just wine and dance for me. So shut up and hold me, baby. Let the kissing do the magic. Weka mate, niteleze baby. Kisha niweke mpangoni. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 oh. Ay, ay, ay,
Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K
or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Tamo Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. Enjoy the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
Love it way more. I say Drizzy, sir.
Niger
love it way more. Yeah. Oh, Ferrari look good on you. Bugatti look good on you. Gucci look good on you. Louis good on you. Ask you one question, I want to hear this from you. Girl, I want to know. Say you go there for me, yeah. If I dey drink garri, yeah. Say you go do all the thing where you say you go do for me, yeah. If I no get the money, oh, yeah. Say you go stand by me, yeah. Say you go do all the thing where you say you go do for me. Bam bam, you know that, I know that. My love for you no get pattern. Right man we do like San Sultan. Sing it out loud any way that I can. Oh, my mommy, oh, my daddy, oh. Soon they go miss you, my baby, oh. Somebody for somebody. For your mother, I go kiss somebody. You know this love, some things not a joking thing. Baby girl, you know something. Say that somebody do somebody. For your mother, I go kiss somebody. Say it, is it me and you, mommy? Is it me and you, mommy? Yeah. Ferrari look good on you. Bugatti look good on you. Gucci look good on you. Louis good on you. Ask you one question, I want to hear this from you. Girl, I want to know. Say you go there for me, yeah. If I dey drink garri, yeah. Say you go do all the things where you say you go do for me, yeah. If I no get the money, oh, yeah. Say you go stand by me, yeah. Say you go do all the things where you say you go do for me. Oh, I'm just asking you a question. Mommy, you no need to vex you. If this wasn't my position, say you go give me your best, yo. I love you, girl, no be baby. You know for sure you're my baby. I'll be awake when you're sleeping, just to make sure I'm not dreaming, no, not dreaming, no. You know that I love you, baby. Do anything for you, baby. Bad man want no, oh, 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 girl, I want no.
NigerExclusive.net.
Big sponsor.
It is a techno with On You, kickstarting your morning. Good morning, darling. How are you doing today? I can't help but be dangerously optimistic. Like, I really feel great. I don't know if it's Libra season. Libra season tends to be really good on Pisces because it is our sister sign. So the Libras and the Pisces, they're besties. Libra, Pisces, and Virgos were all besties. But Libra season is just about balance, bringing about balance and excitement and joy. And we also conveniently planned a trip for them, right? It's going to be fantastic. Hey, guys, the content. Let me tell you something. But it also low-key made me realize how there aren't a lot of like boutique stores or African boutique stores that do like global deliveries. Because I really wanted to support like an African store, but I ended up going with the Chinese one. You know that the famous Chinese one that starts with an S? I ended up having to go for that one because there aren't any, because there was some Kenyan, outfits that I wanted to get, right? But they don't do shipping. And I was so heartbroken. I was like, no, how do we empower businesses to do that? We wanted to support African. Imagine heading to a different country, wearing African, being African, buying African. It was unfortunate, but, we're hoping that this year, the rest of this year will allow for Africans to really plan their business as well. And hopefully we'll be able to ship. I know it's like a complete side quest to what I was saying, but for me, it was just one of the things that we need to think about. How are you reaching Africa with your business, with your organization, with your voice? What are you saying and doing that is reaching Africa out there? It is 8:20 Central African time. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we get into the conversations we had yesterday at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz Media Junket. We got to speak to some of the most incredible artists. Hearing their perspective on jazz makes you realize how completely intricate the genre is. Like, everyone has their own experience. Everyone has their own views. Everyone has their own thinking and about jazz. It's insane. It is 8:20 Central African time. We're going to take a quick break.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Ease into your weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Nthako Muhlanga. Only on Channel Africa.
Dreams are made of love. Dreams are made of flowers. Dreams are made of feelings. Dreams are made of passion. Dreams are made of money. Dreams are made of family. Dreams are made of you and your mind. All those that you had when you were a child. Ago. Believe that they still stand, 'cause your time is now. Just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. Don't let your crown down. Don't let your crown down.
of. These dreams are made of. Enemies, dreams are made of. Friendships, dreams are made of. Your talents, dreams are made of. Greatness, dreams are made of. Bad weather, any day.
Let the weekend unfold with calm, clarity, and connection. On the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga, your peaceful companion. Only on Channel Africa.
Niache, ni pike niache, vanisali ni trompaka, anarudi atena. Niache, ni pike niache, vanisali ni landaka, anarudi atena. Vanessa, ni nini inakuleta, ni nini ulisabwaka, ni nini inakuleta. Vanessa, ni nini inakuleta. Ni nini ulisabwaka, ni nini inakuleta.
Oshininga bambongo, obimi singa yuma, oyoki singa soni, nini lisusu oye koluka. Vanessa we, ule ulienda kaingekuwa ilinasa aungerudi kunililia. Mese kujali, I'm so busy with my new wifey. Mese kotake, I'm busy enjoying my life. Nikaduru, kanenda kanarudia. Nikaduru, kanenda kana.
Vanessa, ni nini inakuleta, ni nini ulisabwaka, ni nini inakuleta. Vanessa, ni nini inakuleta, ni nini ulisabwaka, ni nini inakuleta.
Patrick Colombe, yeah. Diamanoir designer, yeah. Boss Vicky Motwani. Boss D. David Mangaya.
Welcome back to it, 8:29 Central African time. It is Poison with Vanessa coming through there. Some nice Afrobeat music. So you know what's so interesting? The country that I am going to, there's a specific club called Afro Phuket, right? And it is so fun because what they do is they just completely, they set up that club specifically for Africans, you know, for Afro beats, amapiano, bubblegum music, like across the board. And I just found it quite beautiful that Africa is being, I don't want to use the word accommodated, but I think for this, for argument's sake, accommodated in that way. Because conversations years ago, we used to say, no, in Africa, we're never, you know, seen like that. But the fact that we're seen to the point where we have a whole club named after, like, you know, for us specifically, I think is quite amazing because it means the demand was there. So shout out to us. Speaking of music that is specifically for us, Joy of Jazz. Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. We had an absolute ball yesterday, and today the festivities continue, and they've given us VIP tickets as well. How fun is that? We're gonna have a good time. Joy of Jazz is going to be taking place all weekend, and we got an opportunity to speak to the artist. It is 8:30 Central African time. I'm wondering who we're going to start with, because honestly, I had such a good time, and you're going to hear it in my voice. I had a good time speaking to them about the different conversations. We got to actually meet Steve Betty, who we've spoken to him via interview, but now getting to meet him was such a beautiful moment. You know, we realized that, you know what, we exist beyond these radio walls. You know, we were able to actually meet. But let's get into the conversation. Let's take a listen. It is another beautiful afternoon, and we are here for the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, where we're meeting the artist, the people behind the amazing music. And today I am joined by Steve Betty, all the way from Ghana. Welcome back. We're so excited to be speaking to you. How do you feel today?
I'm so excited to be here. It's a prestigious, event, and I'm so excited to be a part of, those being on stage. I'm going to be on stage before. Yes.
Yeah. So when they say if it's nice, you play it twice, you were like, okay, cool, yeah, we are definitely coming back this time.
Yeah.
When you got that call from the Standard Bank team, they were like, we need you here, we need you to grace us with your music. You know, what was your immediate thoughts? You know, the playlist,
God.
All of that, yes.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
It was exciting because I have been myself. Look, I can only talk about myself, okay? Yeah. I have been wanting to be on this stage for a very long time. So when I got the opportunity, I was so excited, and I called up my manager and we're like, listen, you need to contact these people right away and let's make this happen because, I need to be on that stage. So the joy and immediate thoughts like, what am I going to do? Yeah. What kind of repertoire I need to put together, because I want to nail it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I want to take it like I'm taking it like one shot, something, So it was really, really exciting for me. And every day I started thinking, oh no, I changed my reps about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
If you ask my team, they'll tell you. I go like, no, we're not going to do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, can you just be certain with what you want to do?
Of course.
Because it's like a long opportunity that I have waited for so long that, I didn't know what to do. So, those things just have to come along. But it was so exciting.
Yeah.
And here I am today, right here with you guys. I can't wait to climb that stage tomorrow.
Yeah. But I can imagine what the experience is like having to select the specific songs that you want to introduce us to, A lot of people, when they come to Joy of Jazz, they are meeting their favorites, but also getting to know new people that are going to be their favorites. So what is the process like having to choose the playlist, the orchestra, the type of set that you want to present yourself as? Because you're only good as your last show. So I can imagine that when you put it out on the floor tomorrow, you want to make sure that people remember you for that specific show.
That's the right word, remember me. In fact, it was difficult because I changed it about 3 or 4 times. And what it is that I would want to be remembered. Like 2025, there was a guy from Ghana called Steve Betty. He graced the stage and it was great. So I thought about the kind of songs that resonates or that would resonate with the kind of crowd I'm going to be performing to in South Africa. Knowing South Africa, you know, jazz being very, very huge here in South Africa. So I took it very seriously, like not playing, you know what I'm saying? I took it very seriously, like I need to play songs that would actually put my right foot forward. Would also introduce my kind of songs to South Africans or jazz lovers over here, and also make them remember me. Like, okay, we've listened to songs, we've seen artists play, but this guy also did something that resonates with us, and even after 2025 we still remember his performance.
So I can imagine how the different landscapes of jazz looked like. You know, in South Africa we're very intricate without jazz, you know, we're very selective, very choosy about it. But in Ghana, what does that look like? You know, for those who perhaps are traveling there, we're entering the festive season, so you know, people are catching flights now. What does it look like in Ghana, you know, for someone who is a jazz lover?
In Ghana, in fact, jazz is brewing very, very fast. Not as big as South Africa, but it's always great when you hear that there is a jazz, you know, show or something happening. People, you know, for the love of what you do, they always want to be there. Sometimes those who fly into the country will go like, hey, when again are you performing? This year, end of year, are you performing? Are you having a concert? So people start, you know, looking out for certain things that they might do. Especially jazz lovers, they will want to know if something like that is happening so that they can really prepare, you know, for it and just take it all in. So in Ghana, I would say it's always taking one step up each time. So it's really, really, really brewing very, very fast. And soon, probably, Ghana is going to be one other big hub for jazz music. So the euphoria in Ghana when it comes to jazz is really good. You find great people, the elites, you know, even youngsters, those 20, 25, you know, they're all plugging into it right now. So it's really doing well. It's really doing well.
So what would you say is the winning formula when you step into studio creating your music? What is the one thing you can acute your formula to creating amazing music?
Trust me, when I go to the studio to create a music, sometimes I don't really plan it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sometimes when I plan it and I get to the studio, some way, somehow, something happens. So I don't get to, you know, do exactly what I really plan to do. There was a time I was going to the studio to record a song, and then another song just popped up in the studio, strangely. Like, till today, I can't explain it. Because I was just trying something. My studio engineer was, you know, busy doing something. I said, okay, put on the keyboards, let me just try something. Trust me, while I was just playing around, a song popped up. The song started from the beginning. I got the melody, the chorus, everything, the bass line, everything from beginning to end. And I ended up recording that song instead of the actual song that I was going to record. So it's more like me letting my spirit flow and do what the moment wants. I'm in touch with myself that much. So I can create something or I can put something together, but when I get into the studio and that thing is not gelling, I just allow it to flow. What words? What am I receiving on that frequency? What's the spirit telling me? What's my inner person telling me? I do it, and that's it.
Where can we find you? Social media, where can we find your music so that those who are maybe going to Joy of Jazz tomorrow are just feeling like, you know what, I just want to try this. I just want to experience this, a new genre, a new body of music. Where can we find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms. Instagram, Steve Betty, or Steve Once you type in Steve Betty, you'll find it, or Steve _ Betty, on all platforms. I think only on X, former Twitter, you find Steve Betty music.
Yeah.
And it's all Steve Betty everywhere.
Yeah.
And the thing about Steve Betty is an experience. You need to experience Steve Betty to really know what he's made of. So what you should expect tomorrow will be a Steve Betty experience on Joy of Jazz 2025. Conga stage, go grab your tickets, Ticketmaster, and let's make this happen.
Amazing stuff.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so
and we will
much.
see you tomorrow.
I can't wait to see all of y'all.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno, le diamant Roger qui est Binal Sport depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Oasis on Channel Africa.
How are you feeling today?
Really good. I mean, a bit tired. We travel we travel a lot, but and that was a long travel to come here. But we're super happy, and it's a big honor to have the chance to perform in South Africa for the first time.
This is the first time?
Yeah,
That's so exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
So what is the experience like when you got the phone call from the Joy of Jazz team and they said, listen, we want you to come through and perform for the 2025 Joy of Jazz?
That's funny because I met them at Jazz Fest in Montreal.
Oh, wow.
They went last year to the festival to discover some bands from Canada.
Yes.
And after the show they came to me and they was like, yo, we want you at Johannesburg. And I was like, yeah, of course, where I can sign, right now. And so I had the news maybe after that in September. We was performing in Jazz Fest in July, and 2 months after they contact my booking agency and we was waiting that since that time, because it's super exciting.
I mean, your performance must have been something for them to just be captured like that. So what is it? What's the magic behind what you put into your performance? The list of songs that you prepare. What's the magic? Because clearly you won everyone over within that first performance.
Yeah, I think the magic comes from my partner, like my musicians, because we're a family. I was born and raised in France, and I moved to Canada in 2011. My drummer is from Cuba, and we arrived at the same time in Montreal, and it's difficult when you change countries, so was together, struggle to find an apartment, to find a contract and all those stuff. And my bass player and my percussion player come from Montreal, but everybody have like super different influences. Chuck is a gospel guy, from the church, Haitian roots. Ellie is like half French, half Congolese. He play percussion for her mother, who is like a big dancer in Canada. Michelle is come from Cuba, with all the stuff, and I'm come from France with my classical, boring stuff, and all together. Yeah, we traveled together since 2017 maybe, so it's like almost 8 years. So yeah, we are like a family, that's what I say every time. So I think people feel it, because we don't read music. We know perfectly each other. I know what the guy want to eat before they tell me. So on the stage it's the same thing. I know when they are tired, when they want to rest, when they want to go to the pool. So yeah, I think it's our things. We all respect each other, our influences, and we go on stage to to perform.
Yeah. So what goes into the preparation for each show? I mean, now you're performing in South Africa. It's the first Joy of Jazz. I'm sure you've done your research and finding out, what South Africans want and what Africans want. But what went into preparing for the show?
Well, it's a good question. I don't think we prepare the show for each country, we just try to connect with the public, and this thing you cannot really prepare. That's the funny thing, because you arrive on the stage and you feel an energy, and every time it's a different energy, in Europe, for example, you go to Poland and people don't talk during all the show. They never applaud between songs, But at the end of the show, they do a lineup to have the CD and all the stuff, In Canada, people are really more demonstrative, So for the moment, we just feel the sound check, the venue is incredible, It's a super beautiful venue. The piano, it's a 9-foot Steinway from Hamburg, which is one of the best piano you can have in the world, We have the best technician of the country, and they are really, really great. So I mean, we have all the element to do like a nice show, but we will feel the energy on the stage, and it will like change a bit our way to play and our language, can't wait to play tonight.
It's gonna be amazing. Where can we find you guys? Do you have social medias where we can go and follow you?
Of course. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. My name is Simon Denizart, Genizart, and I'm easy to find.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time
Thank
today.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ahoy, matey!
Captain here to help, right, boys?
Set sail with us on a digital voyage like no other. Channel Africa has a treasure trove of awesomeness. That is our website and social media pages.
Tell me, why are you here?
We want you to be part of our adventure.
The winds are changing, Captain. And this time...
Imagine a world where curiosity knows no bounds, where entertainment meets enlightenment, and where every click leads to the African perspective. Visit us on our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, or follow us on Instagram or on X at Channel Africa One. Go on, like us on Facebook at Channel Africa One. So, spread the word. Tell a friend that Channel Africa's online variety is what they need on the web. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Find the latest Oasis podcast on www.channelafrica.co.za.
All right. Yes. We're speaking to giants. And not height-wise, well, I mean, it does work for you as well, but giants within the jazz industry. Just Katini in the house. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to be speaking to you because, I mean, you've done it all. You've so inspired us. You've inspired multitude of generations, and you're here again for the Joy of Jazz. How are you feeling?
It's really an exciting time. This is definitely one of my favorite festivals all around the world, and so every year I really try to be home around this time, which doesn't happen every other year, but I'm honored that it's the festival is celebrating a milestone, and I was able to be here, and and just to see everyone and sense the energy. Something about this festival that's from an energy perspective, where you start feeling things before even hearing sounds. So I'm really excited to be here.
So I mean, there is a plethora of collaborations that you've done. And this year, I feel like there's a lot more people who are not even just warming up to, but really understanding the body of jazz and the body of music that exists within the jazz world. How are you feeling, especially for the performance that's coming up? Even the culmination of songs and pieces that you've put together to make sure that this performance does it all. 2025, I feel like came with a different pressure, different standard as well.
Right, it's true.
How are you feeling about that?
Well, I've been on tour since Feb this year, and I've been playing a lot of music that's from my own songbook, which has been great. But I think this is my collaboration season, like starting here at the Joy of Jazz with this collaboration of Abapemo, which brings together Carl Martin Almqvist from Sweden, Anders Sigade from East London, South Africa, and Magna Turmosater from Norway. And following after this, I'll be doing something with Tandin Dooley, then I'm doing something with Ubabu Wintin Marsalis, and doing something with oh my God, now I'm forgetting. But it's that season of collaborations now.
Yeah.
Or with Shapaka Hutchins. And I feel it's a different energy for me, that I'm not really dealing with my own repertoires, at least not fundamentally, but I'm dealing with like, what does it mean to invoke collective memory by way of song? What does it mean to situate myself in other people's stories, other people's sensibilities and how they think about this music? So this evening will be a demonstration of what it means to cross the lines, to play, the politics of the global north and the global south, and just trying to think about design. We have this catastrophic history that has divided the world into two. And even though like music is seen as just entertainment, but I think it does something else. It's an intervention towards ways of seeing. It draws our attention to sound as a critique, sound as a way of opening questions, sounds as discourse. So while people often read this as like, they're playing a concert, I think there are all of these other things that underpin concert space that I think I want to draw the audience attentions to.
I think it would be dangerously ignorant for us to view music as just an entertainment, because there are artists like yourselves that are consistent in storytelling, right? You have been a part of a phase of telling our African stories, continuing some of the folklores that we grew up with, right? And even when you look at the history of jazz, for example, it's being used for symphonies to kind of direct people into lands of freedom. It would be very ignorant of us to kind of view that from just an entertainment standpoint.
Except for the most part, that's what's happening in the world, and this is why we have to educate. I think what I'm trying in essence is that there's a responsibility here. It's not something really easy that we are doing. On the one hand, we're thinking about how to make it sound good, which has to do with aesthetic. But I think aesthetic is just an invitation, but there is a critique that's intrinsic within the properties of sound. And I think that would be a kind of guided way of listening to really tap into what is happening. We need to think of it as a ritual, that we can't take it lightly, that when we listening we are hearing. We might be listening, not hearing. We might be listening, hearing, but not sensing. So I think there is like a kind of system into this, and this is why I'm like trying to be very open about like this invitation, what it is, and to speak more to the audiences about what are the implications of getting inside of the sound, of listening with the sound as opposed to listening to the sound. So these are some of the things that I think they really need us to think of ourselves as cultural workers.
Do you ever feel that sometimes, when you put in like little golden nuggets into a specific song or body of work, and then people kind of miss it? Do you ever feel like, you could have you guys, did you actually hear what I was trying to say? Did you hear what I was trying to do? Do you ever feel that disconnection sometimes from the audience?
I think for the most part, people get it, sometimes even beyond what I had thought the song was gonna do.
Wow.
And I think this is partly why I think music exists in a realm that shows us a way inward. Like music is an inner way. It's the artist is there to direct you to yourself. And so this suggests that I could never have an entirely complete scope or idea of what this music really holds. But I can usher people into it. But once they're there, people find their own jams. They find themselves there. So I've written songs about other subjects, and someone comes. Every time I listen to this song, I feel this, and it's completely different to what I had thought.
Yeah.
And the next time I play the song, I try to think about what might have led people to this faculty of this composition. So compositions are like, it's a complex. In my written work, I call it the Ngoma complex. And complex as a suggestion that there is multiple things that are happening there. First, there is the music, but there is prophecy, there is healing, there is issues of ethics, there is, ways of being. So all of these things are happening inside of the music.
Yeah.
So I think I can be kind there and say, people can dream. I open a vortex, and people can walk in and find whatever that speaks to them.
Yeah, so there's a beautiful movement. As you were speaking, I couldn't help but think about the movement that's starting now. I think it's on like some of the social media platforms of the kids love jazz. And we're seeing more young people who don't necessarily have the history or the stories that we would want to share, but we resonate with them through your bodies of work. The kids are loving jazz. The young people are loving jazz, and some of them are performing this weekend. So how do you feel about that? I mean, what would you say as someone who, chances are some of them are even sharing a stage with you and they grew up listening to you and they're like, how did I get here?
It's amazing.
They explain that feeling to me from your perspective.
Well, jazz in its pure form is a young people's music.
Oh, wow.
So if we think about the greatest icons, say Miriam Makeba, Ella Fitzgerald, Art Blakey, when they were breaking their careers, they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
So they were young people. And they were speaking a language of their peers. And so there's something beautiful that's happening now where the great invention of Amapiano is starting to show us something about the messaging that is so spiritual, for instance. And it's all young people. So I think there is always, it speaks about each generation possesses its own fire. And the day I encountered that text, I was like, wow. So it's a generational thing. Gender is just one way in which the industry has to be organized. But I think there's a generational energy now that is so potent, and it's young people, and it inspires all of us. And I'm happy to be here now with all of the people that you're talking about, like all of the young people that are doing amazing things.
The Zoe Mudejas, the Langa Mavusos.
There we go. Monet.
Watched him perform a couple of weeks ago. And they all kind of grab a little bit from everyone. It's beautiful to see that come together.
Of course.
And I'm sure it's affirming as well from your perspective.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And the thing about this music as well is it does not really escape its origins in African cosmology, in a sense that things are passed on.
Yeah.
So there is an urgency for stories to be passed on. I mean, when I was coming up playing this music, Babu Begimselig was there, Mambu Simhlongo was there, Babu Zimnawane were there. All of these people were my teachers. And so whatever stories that they shared with me, there's a necessity for me to share with the next generation.
Yes.
And that's how this music survives. It's a big part of it is in the oral tradition.
Amazing stuff. Are we looking forward to your performance? Any surprises that we can look forward to, or that's the whole point of it being a surprise?
I think so. Tomorrow I'm not on the lineup.
Yes.
But there are surprises.
Okay.
So I think I'll
This
leave
is
it at
something-
that.
this is
And then
very
on Sunday I'm
exciting.
back on the lineup.
This is very exciting.
Yeah,
On the
yeah.
7th day, God rested, but now you're saying, no, that's when we rise up.
Yeah, that's when I'm supposed to rest, but like surprises happen.
Okay, you know what? We'll leave the surprises to be surprises. But thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute honor to have you on Channel Africa. And we look forward to it. Both days, the surprises. We're excited.
Yes.
8:52 Central African time, just 2 minutes to go before we head to the top of the hour. And I did not get the memo.
No, you did.
Brilliant, girl. You listen.
No, you did.
I'm really hoping. I thought breakfast ends at 9. Baby girl, you keep eating. So apparently it ends at 12.
Ooh, I'm a whole glass of mimosa.
Oh, period.
Can you see?
Period.
I'm bright. I'm colorful.
You're a pink
I've got
mimosa. You've got a you look so beautiful today.
Thank you, Zaga.
Stunning.
I'm excited to be back, you know.
Yes, it's been a minute. Where have you been?
I took a weekend off. I was here, there, everywhere. When I'm not working with the show, I am about and out. You get it. When I'm working with the show out there, I'm out and about. So I was about and out, but now I'm out and about.
Shout out to you, man.
So it's a quick one. Okay, I have to be quick. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We are going to start up with food, my favorite thing to do, even though I'm on a diet. But this one, I'm definitely going to dig in. We're going to be chatting to Cynthia about a restaurant called Curry Inn and Tie Me Up. Ooh, I love that name. It's the name of the Thai. Like Thai food.
Sorry, I did not.
No,
I did not take it that way. I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing? You didn't take it how?
I didn't take it like, I thought it was Thai me.
No, I said restaurant. How
I know, but that had a really intensive sexual innuendo. That's why I'm like, wait.
I like that name.
Are we on the same page?
What are we eating there? But I like it. Tie Me Up. Of course, we're gonna talk about the name, but they also bring in the food to look at date night, affordability. But curry, guys, you can't go wrong with a good curry. Then health and wellness. We're going to be talking to therapist Busu, who's going to talk to us about year-end fatigue. Thank God I'm not experiencing it this year.
Same. Actually, funny enough, yeah.
I think it's what we are on. What are you on?
Me? Oh no, insane ambition. I can't feel tired right now. I've got too many things that I want to achieve before the end of the year. So I think I'm more excited. I've got year-end excitement. I don't know if that's a real thing.
Now I'm on probiotics, which I recently discovered.
Oh no, but I run every day.
Helping me a lot. All of that stuff is gone. I don't know. It's like I was born yesterday. The way I'm so fresh, getting.
Nice.
So we're gonna talk about year-end fatigue, and then we've got an artist of the week. Oh, Vibe Check, artist of the week. You'll find out on the show. Vibe Check, though, there is the second annual Africa's Greatest Baker Awards. We're gonna talk about that.
That's amazing. You sounds like you're gonna have an amazing show. You look amazing. You sound amazing, and it's gonna be amazing. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your girl today. From me and Sakum, it's been absolutely fantastic. Please go out there and make good choices. If you make bad ones, don't regret them later. Love you, love yourself, and love your life. Bye.
SABC News.